Right, everybody, drop your cocks and grab your socks. I'm back.
Hello, Skeletor.
Oh, hello, Whiplash.
Did you have a nice snowboarding holiday, Skeletor?
No, I didn't, Whiplash. It was terrible. I fell over 703 times.
Why was that, Skeletor?
Well, it turns out snowboarding is practically impossible when you don't have any knee articulation. I won't be doing that again.
Well, what will you do for your next holiday, Skeletor?
I'm going to go surfing.
Oh.
And while I've got you here, Whiplash, I've got a bone to pick with you.
Oh, what is it, Skeletor?
Well, I was looking at the YouTube analytics for last week's video, and it appears that the viewing figures were terrible, and the channel lost 2 subscribers.
Well, I'm sorry, Skeletor. I did my best.
Well, your best isn't good enough, is it?
Well, I'm really sorry, Skeletor.
Now get out of my sight before I beat you.
Yes, Skeletor. Sorry, Skeletor.
Right. Let's start the episode properly. Greetings! I am Skeletor, and welcome back to SkeleTalk, the series where I answer your questions. It's the internet's best kept secret. Right. The monkey kicks us off this week with a couple of questions. Number 1. If Skeletor could choose a wife from the Marvel Universe action figure line, who would he pick? Well, he would probably pick Firestar, although she might be too hot to handle, in which case he would go for Gwenpool, as he likes her penguin backpack. Skeletor will now stop talking about himself in the third person. And question 2. Who is Evil-Lyn's favourite artist to listen to while she works out? Well, like me, Evil-Lyn enjoys extreme metal, death metal, and progressive metal. Yesterday she worked out to Lamb of God, and this morning we were all treated to Circle Takes the Square. When she uses her Peloton, she usually listens to Pantera or Machine Head. Thanks for the questions, Monkey. Flint Platts has some questions regarding his upcoming holiday to Eternia. Number 1. Are there any weird laws on Eternia I should know about? Yes, there are a few things you should know for your own safety. Firstly, do not attempt to bring marzipan into Eternia, as marzipan is a banned substance. If you are discovered with marzipan in your possession, you will be imprisoned and beaten. Do not speak about or even mention marzipan in public, or you will be reported to the authorities and removed from the planet. Secondly, you must not expose your bare feet without first obtaining a permit from the Eternian Office of Public Affairs. Without this permit, you must always wear socks and/or shoes. There is a loophole that can be exploited by wearing sandals, although people will hate you for this. Thirdly, please do not feed the black swans. They may attack you. This is not a law, but it is good advice. Lastly, the use of umbrellas is strictly prohibited. If it rains, you must seek shelter or get wet. Do not bring an umbrella to Eternia, or it will be confiscated and destroyed. Flint's next questions are: what is the current exchange rate from Canadian to Eternian money? And are credit cards accepted? Well, there is no need to exchange any money, as all Earth currencies are accepted in Eternia. Goods or services will be charged fairly in your own currency, although change may be given in any currency according to availability. All major credit and debit cards are accepted. Thanks for the questions, Flint. Gerard O'Connor has some questions for Whiplash. Whiplash! Whiplash! Come here immediately.
Yes, Skeletor?
Right. Question 1. Will you be there next week?
Where, Skeletor?
There.
I don't know where that is, Skeletor.
Well, are you here this week?
You're making me nervous, Skeletor. I don't know what the answer is.
Whiplash,
Yes, Skeletor?
are you here?
Yes, Skeletor.
Right. Tell Gerard where you'll be next week.
You're scaring me, Skeletor.
Whiplash,
Yes, Skeletor?
get out of my sight before I beat you.
Yes, Skeletor.
Right. And Gerard's second question is... Oh, for goodness sake. Whiplash, come back immediately.
Yes, Skeletor?
Right. Gerard also wants to know, did you throw a party while I was away?
No, Skeletor. You said that was forbidden.
Good. Right. Gerard also wants to know, in which other fantasy realm would you like to reside?
I think possibly Cybertron, Skeletor.
Now, that's a silly answer, Whiplash. Go away quickly before I beat you.
Yes, Skeletor.
Right. Thanks for the questions, Gerard. Andrew has a couple of questions. Number 1. Do you folks like the scale you are in, or would you rather be bigger or smaller? Well, I'm quite happy with my scale. I wouldn't want things to change because I would have to buy all new furniture. The second question is for Whiplash. Oh, what have I started? Oh, Whiplash. Whiplash, come back.
Yes, Skeletor?
Right. Andrew wants to know if you can use any vehicles, or does your tail get in the way?
Well, my tail usually gets in the way, Skeletor. Skeletor,
Yes, Whiplash?
do you like my tail?
Yes, Whiplash, I do. Now get out of my sight before I beat you. Right. Thanks for the questions, Andrew. Buttered Crumpet also has 2 questions for me. Number 1. Would you rather look like, feel like, or taste like a potato? Well, that's easy. I'd rather taste like a potato, as I am perfectly happy with my looks and feelings. And question 2. How many carrots could a rabbit eat before it explodes one way or another? Well, that's a brilliant question, and it depends on the size of the rabbit and the size of the carrots. As a rough guide, I can tell you that a medium-sized rabbit can eat 68 medium-sized carrots before it explodes in all directions, with a rabbity bang. Thanks for the questions, Crumpet. Stephen Gray has 3 questions this week. Number 1. In the Dungeons & Dragons cartoon, which of the magical artifacts gifted to the heroes would you have liked for yourself? Well, I think I would choose the wizard's hat given to Presto. Not only would its magic be useful, but it would also look very good on me. Question 2. In the MOTU cartoon, you are seen wearing boots, but your original toy had webbed feet. What's going on here? Well, this was a decision made by the cartoon's production team. It was felt that feet would be too difficult to animate, so they chose to give boots to characters such as Beastman and myself. I have boots, look. Here are my boots. And question 3. What are your thoughts on the Whiplash episode, and how would you rate it out of 10? Well, I thought he did a reasonable job under the circumstances, but the viewing figures would suggest otherwise. The channel actually lost 2 subscribers last week, so I'm afraid I can only give him 4 marks out of 10. And I'm not sure who I will ask to cover me for next time. Thanks for the question, Stephen. Dean at All Things 80s asks, who would you prefer to receive a rectal exam from, Spikor or Fisto? Great question. I would select Fisto for this procedure because he knows more about anuses. However, I would ask him to use his left hand. Thanks for the question, Dean. Next up, Kat is also asking if Whiplash did a good job hosting the show. Well, Kat, the analytics would suggest that he did not. If anybody else asks me this, I'm going to scream. Right, and finally, Travels with Jason F. has a couple of questions to see us out. Number 1. Did you have fun with He-Man and the human kids in the Christmas special? No, it was excruciating. However, my acting skills are first rate because I am not nice, I am not kind, and I am not wonderful. After the show had wrapped, I ate that blue puppy. And Jason also has a question for Whiplash. Oh, for goodness sake, Whiplash! Whiplash, come back immediately.
Yes, Skeletor?
Right. Jason wants to know, would you accept a job offer from any other bad guy? Think carefully about your answer.
Yes, Skeletor. I would work for Tex Hex from Brave Star.
No, Whiplash, that's not the correct answer. Try again.
Texas Pete from Super Ted?
No, you're making it worse, Whiplash.
I don't know what the answer is, Skeletor.
Yes, exactly, and that's why I will beat you later. Walk away from me now.
Yes, Skeletor. Thanks for the question, Jason.
Right. That's the end of the episode, everybody. Thank you for all your questions. If you did like the episode, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your minions. Do subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And leave any questions for me for next week in the comments below. Right, I'm off to eat custard creams and watch Red Sparrow. See you next time. Bye!